It was good, y'all. Okay, so I've never really made a rant video before, and I'm stuck in some heavy traffic. So pardon me if I'm not making eye contact with the camera too often. I gotta make sure I don't crash into motherfuckers out here. But anyway, I figured, let me make a rant video real quick. It just, I don't know, I got the feeling to do it. So here goes. Now, I wanted to comment on this whole Caitlyn Jenner situation. Normally I really don't care about, the media sensationalizing shit that doesn't need to be sensationalized. But in this case, I don't know, I think there's a lot of things that, go beyond just somebody, changing their sex behind this whole thing. I just feel like, well, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to Caitlyn Jenner for being who she wants to be. That's first and foremost. But see, now, my issue I have is with these people that I see on social media. Obviously, a lot of people don't have the courage to say these things, with the exception of a handful of people I actually know. Don't have the courage to speak their mind on this in person. So mainly social media that come up and say that, okay, number one, they say they don't care, first of all, which I think is funny, because when I don't care about something, I generally don't speak on it. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a crocheting convention around the corner from my house, I'm not gonna go call up my homeboy and be like, yo fam, what really fucking I don't care about a lot is this crocheting shit around the corner from my house. I really don't care about that shit. So, you know what? Bullshit. Obviously, something struck a chord with you if you're speaking on it, especially on social media. You want everybody to know you got something to say about it. So, I call shenanigans, I call bullshit. But you say you don't care about it, but then you go into this whole spiel about, you don't want to see this shit on your timeline, and it's disturbing. Some people, they'll say, well, I've seen a bunch of different, ends of the sides of the spectrum of people commenting on this. Everything from, I'm not judging, but I just don't want to hear about it, to this is an abomination, and if God intended him to be a man, blah 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 blah, all this shit. Listen, man, why do you care? Or you say you don't care, so why are you commenting? This former man, now female, did what they wanted to do with their life. Now, I do agree that the media tends to sensationalize shit that doesn't need to be sensationalized. For instance, okay, Kim Kardashian went on a lunch date with Kanye and tripped on her new heels or some shit. Okay, who gives a fuck about that? In this case, I think that, okay, it's a little bit of that, and now I've seen people who are supportive of Ms. Jenner doing what she did, but they say it's, why is it a big deal? Now, in the grand scheme of things, it should not be a big deal. Unfortunately, we live in the world we live in at this current moment, and that is a world filled with intolerance and ignorance, and people judging other people and feeling like they can tell other people how they can live their lives, what to do with their bodies, who they should be and who they shouldn't be, what's acceptable and not acceptable morally as far as sexuality and gender are concerned. And that's what I have an issue with, and that's why I feel like it's kind of cool that this is being sensationalized right now, even if the intention is just to get, you know, likes and page views and sell magazines or newspapers, if people even still use those things. You know what I'm saying? Underneath it all, it's showing that it's okay to be who the fuck you want. I mean, this nigga made the cover of Vanity Fair. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty cool, man. You know, and I think you know, outside of that, a person changing their gender because that's what they want to do shouldn't be big news, because people shouldn't see it as something inappropriate and crazy. But we live in a world where a lot of people feel that way, and we need to start changing people's minds. Now, I don't mean changing people's minds like how they're trying to change people's minds, which is forcibly and through bullying, but through example. You know what I'm saying? Let's just let people...
Police reported ahead.
Part of my GPS. I probably should have turned it off before I did this video, because I know where I'm going at this point. But anyway, let people be who they are. Let them live. Him changing his anatomy and dressing differently and all that stuff, who is that hurting? Who's that hurting? Are you hurting? And I mean, if you don't like looking at it, which is fine. I mean, maybe, you know, that the sight of a man dressing at, you know, who formerly was a woman bothers your eyes for some reason. I don't know. Don't fucking look at it. If you're tired of seeing it on your timeline, guess what? Facebook has this option, right? Like, you can, look, it's crazy. Like, you click on this thing, and it makes the thing that you don't want to see go away. And there's different ways of blocking it and deleting it. So why don't you test that option out? I hear it works pretty well. It's worked pretty well for me in the past. And guess what? There's a lot of bullshit that I don't want to see on my timeline that's no longer there anymore. So, yeah, just a suggestion to y'all who say you're sick of seeing it on your timeline. But other than that, if you're not thinking about it and you don't care about it, don't comment on it. Let it be what it be. Let it be what it is. Nobody's coming in your house saying you got to get a sex change. Nobody's coming in your house and judging the things that you do, that you want to do, which quite frankly in a lot of cases is probably a lot worse than wanting to change your gender. I see a lot of these videos of people shaming their children on video, which to me equates to social media bullying, if you ask me. That's a lot worse than a nigga changing his anatomy because that's what he wants to do with his body. A lot of y'all ain't paying your child support for the children you're supposed to be helping to raise. I don't see nobody getting outraged about that. I mean, the motherfucker, what's his name? I think it was Adrian Peterson, was beating his kid. And people were supporting that nigga, saying that was cool. He's doing the right thing, being a good dad. Why are we making a big deal of this? But somebody wants to do something to themselves that is, for them, productive and makes them happy and doesn't affect anybody else. And everybody's like, oh, I don't want to hear about this. I don't want to see this shit. This offends me or whatever. Man, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. To me, that just tells me that you might just be insecure about your own sexuality and maybe even your gender. Maybe you wish you could change your gender. And you know what? That's okay. You should. But come to terms with that shit and holla at us then. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I'm going to let this rant end right now. It's going on pretty long. I'm almost at the crib. Going to go home, have some beers. Maybe play some video games with my girlfriend or something. But anyway, man, y'all need to learn to love and not hate. Mind your own fucking business. Leave motherfuckers alone. Stop bullying motherfuckers online. and live your life the way you want, just like they're doing. You might just be a little bit more happier and less inclined to judge other people's lifestyles, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, y'all have a good one. Pound
In 5.2 miles,
so authentic.
exit to exit 158, Virginia 619 East, Triangle, Quantico.
And fuck my GPS right now. Fuck my sign off up. Anyway, peace y'all. Later.